with us?
They're muted.
Yeah,
Yeah, yes, we're here.
Yeah, Angela and Peter are both here.
So Angela, I'm going to count on you to kind of go through and document the nominations that we've kind of got throughout this meeting, and be our secretary, acting secretary today, if you're okay with that.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Hey, cool view right there, man. Not right there. How do you walk away from that, Angela? How do you walk away? I don't know how to do it. I don't know how
Yeah, I got 30 days.
Yeah, all right. All right. So we'll just kind of start off the meeting. Looks like it's like 7:06. That's like plenty of people that have kind of like just kind of joined us here last minute. We'll go ahead and bring the meeting to at a beginning. And the first thing that I just kind of want to mention, you might have picked up on the fact that I just made a comment about Angela and her situation there. Angela is currently our secretary, serving on the elected board of directors, and she and Peter are going to be moving to Louisiana. And so that is definitely going to be one of the board changes that is up for nomination tonight. And again, tonight is nominations for 4 elected positions, being president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. So we'll keep that in the back of our minds as we go throughout this meeting. But want to get through a couple of items before we get to that point of nominations. First thing that I wanted to mention is that we had an NWCC September Distance Challenge. And from what I can tell, the people, I only saw one email that was submitted by Al Petrie, and it looked like everybody else who was participated on the Love to Ride site and signed up as an NWCC member. And I'm just going to call a tentative winner right now is Rich Faulkner with 758 miles ridden in the month of September. So congratulations, Rich. Yep, 758 miles. So that's going to be the tentative winner, which wins a $50 gift certificate to Northwest Cycles. So congratulations, Rich. One of the other things, there's so many different events that are being canceled around town, whether it be the U.S. Houston Open, which is a golf tournament that happens. Just received word from the marathon committee that the Houston Marathon for 2021 has been shifted into a virtual event. So there's still a lot of big gatherings and face-to-face events that are, not happening in person. And we have some ideas for our bicycle club next year. We've got some virtual trainer sessions that we've been talking about that we hope to be holding pretty soon. We hope to do some other partnerships and outreach programs with other organizations, whether they be churches, whether they be healthcare organizations. So we are in a growth focused mode for the club next year. We're hoping to start some partnerships that we haven't had in the past. We're hoping to grow the club, and if I am a part of that initiative, that is going to be my focus. So with that being said, it's just a very difficult time right now, kind of transitioning from all of this in-person events that we're used to doing face-to-face and transitioning to doing a lot of this virtual. But, you think about the Peloton sessions that people spend high dollar money on the Peloton stationary bikes, and they spend a monthly recurring fee for a trainer session. And I see that as one of the things that our club can provide to new members, to existing members, and hopefully gain some interest. And again, grow our club, even when people are still concerned about showing up and doing face-to-face events. So those are just a few of the ideas that I've kind of been bouncing around. And again, I hope to be a part of that. So, in any way that I can facilitate that, I would gladly do so. So, I'm still focused on our club. I'm focused on growing our club. So, those are just a couple of things that I wanted to share with everyone that hasn't really officially been announced or mentioned. But I think that it would serve our club well and gaining some new traction with some new members. So, for those of you that don't know, we've kind of been experiencing a little bit of decline through the years. Part of that is the downturn in the energy industry. You know, there's a downturn in the MS 150 interest of cycling and events and people that participate in MS 150. So I just kind of look at next year, 2021, as a real rebuilding opportunity that we really can take advantage of if we execute certain initiatives. So that's kind of all that I really had to say as far as the nominations and next year. Um, Hopefully everybody has seen that David Roberts and Jeff Donnelly, I want to applaud them very much. Jeff Roberts Jeff Donnelly and David Roberts have spent a tremendous amount of time and effort putting together our NW Works application, which is our new application to be used by NWCC members only. It's going to be our primary tool to use to connect with each other, to renew our memberships, to see upcoming events. And it's just a way, again, to connect with each other, pick up rides, and I'm really excited about that. And again, my hat's off to them because they've done a fabulous opportunity. And again, I can't thank them enough for all of the time and energy that they've invested in that initiative. So thank you very much to both of them. David Roberts, would you like to do a little demo on that NW Works for this session?
Oh, I could do. Would you like me to share a screen real quick and just do 2 minutes?
I think that'd be great.
Okay. Probably best if I come off mute, right? I'm used to Teams all day, and then I go on to Zoom, and I get all confused as to where the buttons are. But can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a slight issue there. So are you seeing the screen as well?
Yes, we can
Good
see
stuff.
the website. We can see the website right now.
Things just dropped out momentarily there. So here's the new Northwest website. I'm not going to go through all the information, but in the last meeting, we basically previewed all of the main menu areas. So this is where you would join to renew. We've got a comprehensive list of some of the activities that Kim was just talking about for 20. Look, what a fine photo that is. And this goes through some of the key things that we're thinking about to attract new club members into 2021. So encourage you to have a look at those. And if you're interested in any of these things, then just step up and lead the charge. So that's a little bit about us. And then one of the new things that you can do is if you're an existing member, you can manage your profile online, and what that enables you to do is to renew online right here on the website, and also you can get your friends to come and join really quickly as well. So we've got all of the workflow here on the website now, so you don't have to go out to bike reg or anything like that. We've got auto renew if we accept the waiver really easily, and you can select family or individual, and you can set that up. Now, I guess for existing members, we really want to use this to navigate around the events. So let me go to the right one here. So events open to all, and we also have events just private to the club. So you can see here, we now have all our monthly club meetings on here. We've also got the Blue Bonnet Express, which tentatively, the date is March the 28th. And we're going to use this site for getting riders to sign up, but we're also going to use it for volunteer coordination as well. So we're pretty excited to have everything in one area. And we've also got an easy to view calendar as well that shows all that's happening. And you can actually subscribe to this calendar quite easily and have it on your phone, for example. So we go down here and we're gonna sign in real quick. I know we haven't got a lot of time. So once you're signed in, you then get to see some of the member only stuff and member only events here. I've got some in starting from November. It's really to be seen when we resume group rides. But of course, I've got the Christmas party that's tentatively for December the 6th. And using this system, you can RSVP and we can manage attendance really easily. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you was we've got a new member directory that everybody can use as well to find people to ride with. So these are all the business cards, as it were, for everyone who's in the club. And once you're logged in, you're able to see all of this detail. And as you can see, people such as Brent have already uploaded their profile picture. So I hope that you'll do that as well. And as you click in, you can find out people's information. And one of the features that we've also put in is you can go to find someone to ride with down here. And what this feature does is you can search for people who live close by to you within 5 miles of your location. So that's really easy to find out in this sprawling city, find riders that are close. And you can also search by categories. So if you really quickly want to see fellow enthusiasts for cyclocross, if you want to find some women riders, or if you want to look at gravel, or if you want to tie into our junior families that we have. So we can basically click, okay, I want to find the trackies, and then I just click search, and then it will find the ones that are closest to me within 5 miles. So hopefully it will allow us to really easily find people close by. And really, we need to make sure we get all these categories landed. So check your categories and make sure that all of your interests are well defined. Right now, we're at a very, very early stage. The very last thing I'm going to show you is the latest incarnation of NWCC News. So from the president is Kim's, or the president's opportunity to basically give some headlines as to what's happening. And then under NWCC News, what we've done is basically capture all of the information, including all of Brent's YouTube, the mid-September updates that get posted to Facebook periodically and then get lost. So everything's here, and hopefully this will be a solid hub to find out what's going on with the club. So that's my quick snapshot.
Thank you very much, David. Like I said, it's a quality product, and we're really proud of that. And thank you again for all of your effort that you and Jeff and your wife did to put that website together and tie it into NW Works. So thank you very much.
That looks awesome, guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's an important point about personally identifiable information. So it's not public it's held in an encrypted database inside Membership Works. So you can feel confident to keep your address visible, but it's only to paid up current members of Northwest Cycling Club. So if you're not logged in, you cannot see it.
Well,
Yeah,
one
one of the benefits of Membership Works is they have high standards of data protection, and I don't particularly care about who knows where I live, but I know it's important to some.
One question, or two questions. On the locating rides in the neighborhood, I see you have the groups, but do you have their average speed in there? Because I wouldn't want to embarrass somebody by, volunteering to ride when they do about twice what I do. And the second thing is, on your calendar of rides, are you tied in somehow to the Texas rides? I think the Wheelman put that out, all the rides in Texas. Or we still have to go to their site for that?
Well, on the last question, right now I'm just focusing on Northwest events, just simply because that's what I have visibility of. But there's absolutely no reason why we couldn't include other rides that we want to promote that belong to other people that we have an interest in publicizing to our members. So, we could quite easily do that. And we really want to encourage, folks to really ensure that we have a really solid set of events. Obviously, right now we're in a bit of a unique circumstance with 2020, but this is really the platform that ties into the growth of the club in the future. So we want a professional looking website. We want the Membership Works technology allows us to update events really quickly, and it's really easy to do. So before, our website got set in stone a little bit and never got updated. So this technology stack's really easy to update. And yeah, I mean, on your question on labels, we can add as many labels as we want. So I thought about speed from day one, but I mean, I'm not sure I want to be tagged by speed, because sometimes I want to go nice and mellow to the coffee shop, and sometimes I want to throw down with well, what I used to do 6 months ago is I used to go to Zuby and race. But yeah, we can put an infinite number of labels. Obviously, we don't want too many, but yeah, we can have fun with it. And our membership coordinator is really going to be key to keeping this data clean.
Well, I think you need a category. Run to the coffee shop. There's some of us that just like to ride for coffee.
I have a question too. This is Sabrina. Carl and I right now have a family membership. So when I look on the membership directory, I'm not listed. I can search and find myself, but I'm assuming if somebody wanted to try to find somebody to ride with or whatever, I'm not going to show up. Is that right?
Well, I don't know so much about that, but what I will tell you is for Membership Works, they call every entity that's a member of a club an account, and an account is at the family or the household level. So if you're part of a family membership, there's a primary member, and then there's family members inside that. So I'm not entirely, you should still be findable as a member inside the parent account. So there might be a couple of configuration settings in the back end. So I'm making a bit of an IT excuse now, but we designed it so you should still be discoverable. But yeah, there have been a couple of questions around how family accounts work, and yeah, every name is associated with the parent account.
Right. So I think, finding out and letting people know whether or not it would be easy enough for us to split it out, and letting people know if you do family membership, this is what's going to happen. And if you do individual, this will be what happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's only it's only like a $20 a year decision, right? So, I mean, I figure like it's not exactly that complicated.
Yeah, it's part of the Membership Works thing, unfortunately, and it's something we discovered pretty early on. So if you're a lifetime member, for example, this morning, Barbara and Samuel said one of them wasn't showing. So because they're lifetime members and don't have to cough up on an annual basis, I just split them off, and I did the same with Wayne and Susie Freeman so that they could be seen. you might have to throw Carl out of your thing and let him pay his own money.
Well, either way, these things can be ironed out. Membership Works is used for dozens of cycling clubs around the world. So there might be a few glitches early on, but we know it's a proven solution for all different kinds of organizations. So yeah, we want everyone to feel involved, feel that they're getting use from the new website. And particularly, we hope that we can now move to just using Facebook for just quick social chat and promoting ourselves externally in more of an advertising service. I think trying to coordinate club activities inside a Facebook group, you can never really find the posts and there's always distractions on that platform. So hopefully the website can just be one place you can go to find the definitive guide to what's happening in Northwest. Time will tell. Okay, any other thoughts or questions?
Okay, so again, thank you, David, for putting that demo together. So I think we have reached the time to tell, the time for nominations for the elected positions for Northwest Cycling Club for 2021. So we'll start at the treasurer's position and we'll work our way up to the president's position. So do we have anyone who would like to nominate someone for the treasurer's position?
I would like to nominate Troy Ottoman for the treasurer's position.
Angela, can you make note that JTyler has nominated?
I would third it.
Who seconded?
What's his name? Ottoman?
Fifth it.
Ottoman.
That's funny.
Who is that? Ottoman. Thank you.
I spelled his name wrong one time and they never let me forget it.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's my
I grew up
phone.
with all kind of crazy names. It's okay, Angela. All good.
Do we have any other nominations for treasurer? Okay, let the silence be noted that there was only one nomination as treasurer, being Troy Ottmer.
Elected.
And then we'll move on to the secretary position. Do we have any nominations for the secretary position, knowing that Angela is leaving and going to Louisiana?
Don't be shy.
Yeah, so Brent had posted the positions on the chat before we started this call, but so we'll just kind of go down. The president essentially kind of leads the initiatives of the club as well as the monthly club meetings and the monthly board meetings. They're also responsible for the fundraising activities of the club, namely what our BBX and our KFC are, even though we have chairs for BBX and KFC. It just states in the bylaws that they're responsible for that as well, but there's a lot of help associated with that. In fact, I haven't really been involved in that piece of it. So that's the president's position. And then the vice president essentially assists the president and fills in for the president when the president's unavailable. The secretary is the one who records the motions, the names, the votes for the club meeting and the board meeting as well. And then the treasurer kind of takes care of our finances as in the form of reimbursements, spending, reporting, making sure that we follow our policies that are in place, and reporting for financial results at the end of the year, as well as our budget for the next year. Okay. Yep. So with all of that kind of summarized. We'll go back to the nomination for secretary. So do we have any nominations for secretary?
Not everybody at one time now.
Is there anyone on the call who'd like me to nominate them?
So the secretary position is kind of like one of those positions where you can kind of put your toe in the water. You can kind of see what it's like to serve on the board. You can be a voting decision maker. It's not a scary position. It's really kind of a position that you can kind of come in and see what the discussions are. You're always welcome to express your opinions and your thoughts. I think that for the last couple of years that I've been president, I've always had an open ear, and I've always been willing to listen to other people's thoughts and ideas. So again, the secretary is another contributor of the board. And again, for anybody who is interested in kind of seeing the club from a different perspective and being an active board member, that would be a great place to start.
What about, I don't know, Sandy or Janet? Do y'all have any interest in this? What Kim just said is a really, I don't want to call it an easy position, but it is, but it's basically kind of getting your toe in the water. And we, as a club, many of us have put many hours and years into this. And I just would love to see some new faces. And so that's all.
I wouldn't be able to at this point. I have so much going on right now in my life.
I understand. I understand.
That's something you could do, an abstention.
This is Sabrina. I'll defer to Janet if she'd like to, but if she is not interested in stepping forward, I'll step forward.
Oh, me, Janet, or a different Janet? Me?
Well, yeah, I guess I think that's who.
Yeah,
I addressed Janet. Yeah.
No, I'm currently still looking for a job, and I'm working as vice president of strategy and business development for the dog rescue, which is literally a full-time job right now. So I cannot take anything else on until we get that stabilized at this point. But thank you. So Sabrina, if you would like to nominate, go right ahead. I mean, if you'd like to take that position, go right ahead. I support you.
I'm not chomping at the bit, but I'm willing to do it. I mean, I definitely support the club, and
I nominate Sabrina Strong.
I would nominate Sabrina Strong.
Jeffrey Donnelly. Seconds.
So Angela, if you will make a note that Jeff Donnelly has nominated Sabrina Strawn for secretary, and I believe Sarah Green had.
I second
that motion.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Next on the chalking board we have is the vice president. So is anyone interested in nominating anyone for the vice president position?
I'm gonna have to twist some arms again.
Nope. Don't look at that phone, sir. Busted.
I'm going through my list trying to figure out who I can nominate.
You just got.
Okay, so Sarah volunteered. That's what I got out of it.
No, that was not. No. I have served many positions on this board.
Oh my goodness.
So in other words, you're experienced.
Yeah. Hit the cycle again. Do them again.
With all due respect, I am supportive in a non-board way currently in my life. Andrew.
Ooh, Andrew, someone's volunteering Andrew?
I just
Andrew will respectfully decline.
I didn't nominate you or suggest you.
She did just want to mention that you don't have your marathon duties this year, so.
There you go, Nancy, pointing out.
Did you see that nice tie-in? You know.
So traditionally, the vice presidency is more than just a one-year commitment, because the vice president is also the president in waiting in a lot of ways, and that's not something that I'm not able to take that on. But
I didn't mean to call you out.
I did. I meant it.
But you know, I mean, so far we haven't had any vice presidents that have moved into president in the last 3 years.
I was about to mention that. Yeah. It's not just because you're VP does not mean you are obligated to be president the next year. We've had
obviously that's happened.
Not happened.
That happened this year.
Yeah, multiple
and
times.
last year.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit crazy. VP is very crazy this year. All right.
David Harmon, would you be interested in being nominated for vice president? Would you accept that nomination? Would you accept that rose, David Harmon?
He must be muted.
Unmute, David. Do it.
I know. I am declining the nomination. Thank you.
Okay. I gotta ask. I have to ask.
True.
How about Erica?
Ramesh?
I will have to decline, Peter. You know that.
Erica is KFC director. She's going to be quite busy.
A lot of chicken to eat.
How about James Monroy?
No pressure.
You're muted.
No, thank
You're
you.
speechless. You'd be good at it. I know, I've been it. You could do it.
You're on mute, James. So James, I didn't hear that you would be. I think you're on mute.
That would be a no thank you. Spending all my time.
Oh, you're just being coy, James.
I'm spending all my time taking care of my mom right now, so.
Yeah.
Bruce Gilbert, you've been around for a while.
Let's go down the list.
I'm just saying, yeah. Let me go to my participants in here. And Bruce, think about it.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness.
I can't hear you, Bruce.
So let's do this. Let's put that position on hold for the moment. Yeah. And let's revisit that, and let's come back to VP. So far we've got Troy nominated for treasurer, Sabrina nominated for secretary. I'm gonna go ahead and skip on over to the president, and I'm gonna ask for anyone who would like to nominate a name for the president for next year.
Kim, are you willing to be president for a third year? You've done so well.
I nominate Kim King for president.
Second.
Third.
Fourth.
Wow. Well, that was pretty quick.
That's what you get for being a good job.
I hear that train a-coming.
You can hear her enthusiasm.
That was good, Tom.
You kind of got a pass this year, sort of. So we'll just sort of put this one as a bye year and just bump it on to next year.
All right, so we'll do a do-over next year.
Now that you're all warmed up and ready to go, and we're gonna then you'll be ready.
All right. So that right there should kind of make whoever's interested in being VP a little less scary, because we got a third year president potentially coming in. And we can talk about a VP as being a social director. And again, when we say social director, we mean putting together holiday rides, whether it be 4th of July. So Brent, somebody's got like a radio on or something. There we go. Thank you. So when we talk about the VP is really kind of considered as a social director type position, someone who likes to have fun, someone who likes to plan group rides, someone who likes to plan Christmas parties, New Year's Day rides, those type of social events for the club members. So it's actually kind of like a fun position because you get to meet a lot of people.
Yeah, it just sounds like Sarah.
I think Bruce Gilbert was trying to speak. I think Bruce Gilbert was trying to speak, but he can't.
Can you guys hear me at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can now.
10-4, Bruce.
Oh, okay. Kim, if you take the presidency another time, for another session here, internment, whatever you want to call it. I was speaking to a few people today, and I think we can come up with some rather interesting programs. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm starting chemotherapy and radiation in about a week. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. So with that, Beverly and I were also supposed to be in Israel around November 20th. It looks like I'm getting whacked again by Israel Cycling Academy, and I'm not going to be able to work with them probably for a while. So like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. They want 6 weeks of Hiroshima and a EPA Superfund site happening in my body. It's going to be kind of interesting. But I think what we can do, and Nancy, you remember John Howard?
Yeah.
You met him at Interbike. Okay. Yep. John and I got to talking, and we've come up with some ideas that can be extraordinary for building clubs. And also, if you remember Bernard Dreyfus, you met him at our booth. He runs the Cofidis team.
Yeah.
So they've extended my UCI license for another year. So Cofidis is also talking about racing in the United States next year if we have races. So I'll be busy with that, and God knows Beverly's going to go nuts. You know that. But anyway, I've been in touch with the Cascade Club in Seattle. I've talked to Arnie Baker's people in San Diego, that's the Cycle Vets. I talked to Florida Velo. Plus, I just set up a trainer workout program with the Large Bicycle Club in Tel Aviv. And they're going to be running it on, it's not Zoom, it's some other thing that they do. It's similar to Zoom, but they had their first workout and they had 85 people doing trainer workouts. So we've got all kinds of stuff that we can kick into action. I just won't be able to do it personally.
Where are we going with this, Bruce? That you're not going to be able to do it, or are you nominating someone that's not here tonight, or what?
No. I'm not nominating anybody. Okay, I'm just not going to be able to do a whole lot of active stuff with the club, but I can bring programs to the club if that makes any sense.
Yeah. So let me just interject right quick. I'll tip my hand. I've been in conversations with Bruce, and he has shared some ideas and some action plans with me to help grow the club next year, to kind of reverse the attrition rate that we've had over the last few years. And those were some of the ideas that I mentioned at the beginning of this meeting, whether they were outreach programs, and the trainer sessions, kind of like the Peloton sessions, where Peloton sessions, you buy the bike, you pay a monthly fee, you get a trainer-led type session. We can offer those type of things to our existing club members just for the sake of being a club member. They don't have to pay a recurring fee like they do on Peloton. So that's one of the ideas that we've kind of come up with. Actually, Bruce came up with it and he shared it with me. So Bruce is actively engaged with helping our club grow, and I embrace his ideas, and it gives us a lot to think and act upon next year.
That'll work.
So we still need to find a VP.
Exactly. Exactly. So,
well, going down the list, David Roberts.
Well, I would politely decline and wish to continue my racing career.
He would politely decline and
How about
scat
Jeff?
you.
How about
what?
Jeff?
Jeff Donnelly?
Jeff Donnelly?
Don't leave.
And he's leaving the room.
Yeah. Hey, come on, Jeff, where are you?
Come on. You're perfect for it. You can simultaneously do it with your volunteer coordinator. You've been perfect for it for 2 years, ever since you retired.
Mm-hmm.
And you have contributed currently with the membership works and all your hard work. And I don't know, I just think, you know, this is the time, Jeff. If you want to be VP, now is the time to do it.
The crucial thing is that I don't want to be VP.
That's what we all said.
But Jeff, other than that.
But Jeff, you've been so good as a teammate working on this membership works program and just, you know, cutting through all the work and getting things done.
And just so all our club members know, this is exactly how whoever has been on a board position, vice president, all of them, it's worked. It's been pressure. It's been on the spot. It's been, and it all works out just fine. It works out fine. You'll love it.
Yeah, thanks, but no thanks.
Okay, Tom, your turn to tell me why you want to be VP.
My wife's cancer treatments over the next several months make it extremely difficult for me to commit to anything. I don't know where we'll be in 3 or 4 months from now.
I was unaware of that.
I'm not taking anything on. Okay.
I understand. I was not aware.
Yeah. Well, no, most people aren't, but yeah, that's okay.
Well, best luck.
Our thoughts and prayers.
Thank
you.
you.
Tom, yeah, thoughts and prayers with you and your wife.
Thank you.
Okay, Rhonda, I'm going to you now because I see your beautiful picture right there.
Hello.
Hello.
You caught me in bed. I'm lounging because I just got off a 3-hour Zoom meeting for work. So I'm a brand new member, and I was living in Cyprus, recently moved back to Pearland, but I'm still interested in cycling on that side of town and still have family on that side of town. And so I was listening to the conversation, and I thought that was a great idea to offer these online fitness classes, you know, whether it's yoga or just some type of, you know, cross training, you know, with some dumbbells or something, you know, I don't know. But in one other club that I'm in, they do offer yoga. I think it's twice a week in the evenings for members who are, so the yoga instructor is in that particular cycling club. And so it costs him nothing, you know, to let members in the cycling club log on online to participate, and you pay $20 and you do it, you know, whenever you want, for entire year. So
no interest in being our vice president?
No. No, I'll help out. You know, wherever.
We are glad to have you. We are so glad to have you.
Thanks.
I'm done.
So do we have to have names tonight?
Doesn't look like that's going to happen, does it?
Well, no, that's not the question, really. Must we?
I know that you know, obviously, if we were to have a live club meeting in November, you know, there was an opportunity for you to walk in and have a write-in. I don't know how that would work through Zoom or things like that. But no, I don't think we have to have one this evening, but it's never happened in my history here. But I'm assuming a write-in could happen, but I don't know how logistically and technology-wise that would work.
So if we did,
I think we'll do a reach out to some folks and gauge the interest and see if we can find someone who might be interested in filling that role, and then we can disseminate that information and either put them on ballot at a later time or do a write-in type thing.
Hey, Kim, I think the online voting we've used for the last couple of years, it had a mechanism for each position to do write-ins at the time they voted.
Exactly.
I remember.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So write-ins are acceptable and allowed.
Talking of which, we can probably do the online voting through Membership Works anyway.
There you go. Yep.
Oh, that's an option, huh?
Which is live now?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Where you been? Been looking for a job or something?
That one for you.
We just had a demo, Peter, at the beginning of the session.
Make him vice president.
Oh, I saw the demo. I thought you guys were going to wait to the end of October to bring it on.
You can be vice president in Lafayette, you know.
You can.
I'll be at the meetings. Just wait.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close out the nominations. I'm going to put that essentially to bed.
One final thing, we could have a monthly challenge, and whoever has the least miles is vice president.
we want someone engaged, Mr. Van Sickle. We would like someone who's definitely engaged.
Get your ass on the back.
This is not a punishment at all for being the last person with the lowest miles. So.
Wait a minute, depending on what happens, that could be me.
So that is all that I really had on the agenda for this monthly club meeting. Does anyone on the, let me just start with the board. Does anyone on the existing board have any other comments or anything that they would like to plug before the meeting ends?
I just want to remind everyone in the club to go to the website, log into Membership Works, request your password, and put your cycling photo into your profile pic so we can fill in some of those blank squares that we currently have at the moment.
Oh, speaking of pictures, did you know that on the BBX, in the Membership Works, the BBX, that picture that says, you know, here's Sarah Green, BBX Ride Director, that's a picture of my sister.
Yeah, I actually planted that to see if anyone was paying attention.
Yeah, we all noticed it.
Oh yeah, prove it.
No one noticed it, and well, I don't know, but we have changed it now. We've put a picture of you on your mountain bike, so hopefully it's a bit better now. I know if it's a bike shot, it's definitely you.
Okay, I'll check.
Okay, so any other board members want to make a statement, add anything to the meeting?
Kim, I would just add just kind of a follow-up to our board meeting. We collectively still have $109,678.30 in the bank. We're only paying for club rental units for all of our storage of equipment. And then we have some new things with Membership Works, but that's all, you know, small amounts. So we're still in the good. We're not spending any money. The next largest expenditure, if we're graced with good luck, is the Christmas party coming up, and I think we'll have an answer from the vendor by the end of October. Dave, is that correct?
It's like 7:15.
Yes, that's correct.
Yep. And that's all I have, Kim.
Okay, great. Thank you, Troy. I mean, hey, if the Texans can start selling tickets to their home games, we should be able to have a Christmas party, right? That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Anyone who is not on the board like to share a comment or share an idea? Anybody else want to have any time to speak?
Just sick of riding alone, that's all.
Me too.
I think we all are, John. I think we all are. Yep. We're doing our best to try to get there, but we are
I know.
there yet.
Well, you're being responsible and it won't be forever, so just stick with it.
Yep. All right.
I did have a quick question for David. Did Eno get with you for the online voting?
Yes, I'm working with Eno on it.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
All right. Well, if there's no other comments to be made, I think that we can conclude this meeting, and thank you everyone for showing up. And Tom, prayers for your wife. Bruce, prayers for you. Prayers for you. Hope everyone's treatment works out to your benefit and provides you with a lot of healthy days in the future.
Thanks, Kim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you all. Good to see everyone.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Adios,
night.
Pete.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
All right.